What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box, we have the 2021 BMW M5. This one is from Hot Wheels Premium and debuted in the pop culture lineup for 2025 as part of the Mission Impossible kind of collaboration thing. So, have they done a good job, and is this M5 casting any good? Let's take a closer look and find out. As always, let's get things started with our casting. So, taking a quick look at proportions, and yeah, I don't have any beef with the proportions. Not sure how accurate the scale is, if it's true 1/64 scale or not. Feels like it might be a little small for true 1/64th, but not the end of the world. It's definitely close. There it is next to the real-life car as best I can kind of give you, and I would say it looks pretty solid in all honesty. When we break the casting down, everything that you're going to see painted in this really cool kind of metal flake gray color, yeah, that is all going to be a die-cast piece. The base is also going to be die-cast, and the base is going to extend up into this exhaust area, but that is about it. That's pretty much the only thing that you'll see of the base when the car is just kind of in its static stance there. Now, one thing we do need to mention, this entire roof section is actually a piece of the windows. There is a nice tampo over it to give it that look that it is its own piece of die-cast, but it isn't. It does still look fine, but it is something to make note of for future releases, just in case it doesn't ever get that tampo. Yeah, but other than that, when we break the casting down here, all of our body lines are going to be replicated quite nicely, and I don't really have any issue with them there. I think casting-wise, they have done a pretty good job of replicating what could have been a pretty unique and challenging car to replicate. So for the paint and deco, this Mission Impossible is the only one that's been out so far, and we get this really cool metal flake gray, I guess, gunmetal gray, with like I said, heavy emphasis on the metal flake, which looks really, really cool. Yeah, that is probably not the color I would have gone with as the first choice, but it does have to tie in with that Mission Impossible line there. But it does give me a hope for the casting in the future, getting some really nice releases. But for a first release, I think this one is actually pretty cool. So moving into our details, let's get a closer look here. And starting up front, we do get two headlights tampoed in quite nicely, a BMW logo there, and then the grille has been done with a tampo, but it's kind of like a very glossy tampo, so it does lose a little bit of the details there, just because that detailing is so shiny. All of these kind of extra little bits here don't really get a lot of tampo work, just a little bit there. And then we do get a license plate there as well. Overall, I would say the casted details of the front, quite nice, but the tampoing maybe could have used a little bit of work, just to make it a little cleaner. Little reflector on the side, 10-spoke wheels here, which are a great choice. Little tampo work down there, and then that is pretty much it for the sides. When we come into the rear section here, you do have two taillights, which look quite good, although I think mine might be ever so slightly misplaced. Maybe that's just my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think this one is a little bit askew. You do get a BMW logo there, an M5 logo here, which is very tough to see, and you do get a license plate and then some reflectors down here on this like diffuser area. So detailing is quite good. Interior is very hard to see due to the like heavy smoked out look of the windows, but it is a pretty typical Hot Wheels interior. Moving into the roll test, as a Hot Wheels Premium, it should be no surprise that it rolls, and it rolls very smoothly. Putting it on the scale, it does come out to be 51.45 grams, so it does have some very nice heft to it, which gives it a good feel. Moving into the pros and cons, the biggest pro in my book is going to be that this is the first 2021 M5. Not sure what this generation of M5's actual like name is, like the generation name, you know what I'm trying to say. And it doesn't actually say it on the base there. So what was the old ones, like E39 or something like that was the last one that Hot Wheels did? What is this generation? I don't actually know, but I do know that there is a premium brand working on this generation of M5. So if Hot Wheels isn't quite your speed, there is other choices, but they're just not out yet. The other big pro I'm going to say is that this thing looks absolutely mean and it looks intimidating, and I really, really dig kind of the overall just look of the car. And I guess that's more of a nod to Mission Impossible, but I'm sure that other decos of this casting will look just as mean. When it comes to the cons, I really don't have any. Like, there's no for real serious cons. There's a few little nitpicks. Maybe you could say QC issues. And then I don't quite like that the front grille is so glossy. But, I mean, those are nitpicks and they're not true cons. So, yeah, I'm happy with saying that there's no real cons here. For some quick size comparisons with some budget-friendly BMWs that you might have, we have the BMW M4 Cabriolet from Matchbox Moving Parts. They're over on your left. And we have the BMW M850i from MSZ Diecast over here on your right. And for some comparisons with premium models, here we have it with the recently reviewed BMW 3.0 CSL from Mini GT, and then we also have the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTA M from Tarmac Works. So let's kind of find our overall analysis here. Does this one live up to its hype? I would say it's pretty good. It lives up decently to the hype. It wasn't the most hyped model for sure of the year, but I think they did a pretty good job with it, and M5 fans are going to be pretty happy with it. The value. So the pop culture cars are pretty much $8 at every store now, which is a little bit hard to stomach when you consider that a lot of the pop culture cars are not exactly the most sought after. So I can only say that the value is kind of a decent thing for your money. It's still the cheapest M5 of this generation out there. Feedback is going to be good. I have seen a few little nitpicks and complaints, but no one seems to have like an absolute problem with the model or the casting. So that is definitely a good thing. Overall, I would say that this is for sure, it's a good M5, and it's a very nice casting for sure. I am absolutely looking forward to future releases. This is perhaps not the deco that I would have picked. I don't love the deco, but I cannot deny how cool it looks and how mean it looks. And while I'm very much looking forward to like a red or a blue down the line, this kind of Mission Impossible one does look very, very nice. So absolutely, I'm going to recommend it for that reason. If the Mission Impossible thing isn't your style, isn't your cup of tea, again, there's going to be new releases of this casting down the line at some point, so hopefully you are looking forward to those. And with that, guys, that is all I have for this review. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to leave a comment telling me what your thoughts are on this Mission Impossible BMW M5, and I will see you guys in the next video.